Hey guys, it's Stacy with FiXX Cycling. No, we are not just a cycling studio. So this is your week 2 body weight workout. You'll only need your body weight, but this week we are going to blend in a prop. You're going to need a chair, stool, or bench. If you're a beginner, you want that to be a little bit higher. If you're advanced, you're going to want that to be a little bit lower. So the intention with these workouts is we're going to bring you one bodyweight workout per week, and we would like you to do it 3 times a week and get some mastery, feel your progress, and then we'll shock your body next week with all new stuff. So let's start off with a warm-up. So when our warm-up, we normally want to get the core going, and we normally want to get a little bit of mobility flowing. So the first thing we're going to do is our yoga up dog, down dog. So go ahead and set your hands right under your shoulders. And take your time when you're getting into your mobility and your warm-up work, guys. So we're going to start, we're going to lay down on the ground. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift, spreading those collarbones, and we're going to exhale, send the hips back. Taking our time. Let's go through 5 of these, guys. Warming up that spine. Now, as we progress through our workout today, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking and coaching, so I won't be doing all the exercises with you. I'm going to cheat a little bit and get out of some of these exercises. And I've learned that you can't run music through YouTube, and I've lost all of my help, so you're stuck with just me today. One more time, guys. Should be feeling better on this last one. And nice. From here, we're going to go to our deep yoga squat with rotation. So we're going to stand, feet and knees where they're comfortable, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to sink into our hips. Long spine. We're going to take our left arm back. We're going to look at it. We're going to take our right arm back. We're going to look at it. Then tuck your hands right under your shoes. Lift and breathe. Okay, the first one normally doesn't feel too good. So let's see if we can't feel better by the 3rd or 4th repetition. Hand back, look at it. Hands right under the shoes. Lift. Sinking in, trying to keep your heels on the floor. Trying to maintain your neck space. Pulling that hand back from the mid-back, hands under the feet, breathe. One last one, guys. Sink in, hips and ankles, long spine, hand back, look at it. Hand back, look at it. Under the toes, lift. And breathe. All right, so from here, we're going to do a handheld rock. So you guys that have been coming to FiXX know that it's all about joint position dictates muscle function. So what we want to do is we want to help your hip joints get in a better place for you to actually find your glutes today. So a handheld rock is simply where you get on all fours. And then you just let your sinking into your hips. You're going to push those back as far as you can without getting any hip impingement in the front. This is basically a posterior capsule stretch. It's a little bit of physical therapy I'm throwing in with you here. But this is how we're trying to improve joint position so we can find our glutes today. If your joints aren't in the right spot, you try and try and try all you can, but you just can't find those glutes. So we're just stretching the posterior capsules. For some of you, it's not going to feel like we're doing a lot. But we are actually improving joint position right here. Now, let's see if that helped. We're going to flip on our back now and just do some traditional glute bridges. So, laying on our back, feet very close to your hips, palms up. We're going to lift the hips and squeeze. And we're going to do 10 repetitions, guys. I want you to do 10 repetitions while I'm talking. Make sure you're not getting into your cheater muscles. Your cheater muscles would be doing this from your low back and doing this from your hamstrings. If you're doing this from your hamstrings, put more weight in your heels, put your heels closer to your butt. If you're doing this from your low back, then pull your ribs together tighter before you squeeze your glutes and lift. Finish up those 10 repetitions on those glute bridges. Are your glutes home? If not, put your mind in your muscle, guys. Try to get the brain to tell that muscle to squeeze and fire and activate. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start with our workout. And actually what we're going to do is we're just going to be doing repetitions today. And as I said, I'm not going to be joining you for all the repetitions. We're going to be doing 8 repetitions of all exercises, and we're going to be doing 2 sets. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be a crossing balance lunge. What I'd like you to do is get your right short foot activated. You have a nice level belt line. You are going to take your left knee and you're going to drop it down to the outside of that right ankle. Now what we're doing is we're loading the glute and we're coming back to a straight belt line. So basically you're intentionally making a crooked belt line and then you're driving up to a level belt line. We're just loading the glute, guys, this right hip. You're doing this exercise well if you feel the right hip firing. If you're struggling finding that glute, try to put more weight in your heel. I want you to go ahead and finish those 8 repetitions. Remember that we have a straight belt line to a crooked belt line and then coming up nice and tall. Maintain a tall, stiff body with chin tucked back as you're doing this exercise. You should be wrapping up those 8 repetitions, and we're going to shift our body weight over to the left foot. So now the left foot is very, very active. He's gripping the ground. We're going to take that right knee, we're going to cross it to the outside of that other foot and stand back up. Loading this hip, this left hip. I actually tell my athletes here that if they're struggling finding a muscle group, if they will put their hand where they're trying to fire, that sometimes helps the brain send the signal there. So you're doing your 8 repetitions, you're loading that glute, your weight is in your heel, you're maintaining posture, and you're maintaining your neck space throughout this exercise. Very, very solid in your foot position. Weight in your heel. And good. 8 repetitions there, guys. So we're moving on to a push-up plus. I absolutely love this exercise. I'm going to do it from a knee-assisted position. You certainly can do it from your feet. So I'm looking for a full range of motion. That's why I'm going to do it from a knee-assisted position. A push-up plus is simply a traditional push-up with a protraction at the top. So you are going to set your hands right outside of your armpits. And basically we're going to inhale, we're going to exhale, we're going to push all the way up, but at the end, keep pushing up like an angry cat, basically a protraction. Drop back down, inhale, exhale, push, and then give me a plus, guys. We're really digging into the serratus right here. I'm absolutely in love with this muscle right now because it is one of the muscles that's really weak on me that causes some neck and shoulder discomfort. Plus. Nice. Lower to the ground. See if you cannot touch your belly to the ground. Just touch your chest to the ground. Chin tucked back, guys. That's our big cheat in push-ups is we throw that head forward, chin tucked back. Hit your 8 repetitions. And we are going to be hitting a little bit of rotary stability next, which is going to be a shoulder tap. So for your shoulder tap, we are simply going to be holding a high plank. You do need to set your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Pretend that you've got a water bottle on your belt line right now, and you're going to tap your shoulder 8 times. This would be 2, 3, 4, take your time, 5, 6, is that chin tucked back, 7, and 8. Woo! Now if you really wanted to challenge that shoulder tap, guys, actually put a water bottle on your low back and see how that intensifies that one. All right, we're getting warm, we're getting sweaty. What do we got next? So next we're going to hit our chair dip. So we're going to use our chair now. I'm going to turn it to the side so you guys are going to be able to see. So a chair dip, work within your individual range of motion. So it's not the deeper the better. I have good range of motion in my shoulders, so I'm going to be able to go a little bit deeper. If your legs are straight, this is going to be harder. If your legs are bent, this is going to be easier. So I'm going to show a bent position first. Pull your elbows together. Give me long neck space. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive through. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive through. The advanced crew would have straight legs, toes to nose. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive through. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive through. That increases the load on those triceps. Woo! You guys are banging out your 8 reps right now. Don't worry, you're going to get to do that again on round 2. So I'm going to leave my chair here for our pistol squats. Now our pistol squats are pretty advanced. I'll show you from the beginning first. So if this is one level too challenging for you, I would like you to do a traditional double leg squat to your seat. The pistol squat is going to be setting up your body weight on just one foot. The hands are going to be out for counterbalance. And your mission is to rock down, tap that seat, and drive through. But this is the key on these pistol squats. I want you to keep your nose over your toes. So this is what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to just sit, rock back, and then pull forward. Okay, that would be using kind of a big cheat there. I'd like you to keep your nose over your toes. Drive through. Using my hands as counterbalance. Drive through that quad, guys, and finish tall from that hip. Work on your 8 repetitions on that side. Weight is in your full foot. This is a quad-loaded exercise, although you are sinking into your hip first. Again, if this is too advanced, hit your double squats. Sit on that chair, push through, but don't sit and then recline and push through. All right, so switching to your other side now, pistol squats, 8 repetitions on your other side. The first thing you should do is set that foot, make yourself nice and long, put those counterbalance hands out there, and then, this would probably be my dumb side, guys. Oh yes, that's my dumb side. That feels really wobbly. Nice. 8 repetitions, guys. The lower your seat is, the harder that's going to be. The higher your seat is, the easier that's going to be. Have you chose wisely? I don't know. Finishing up those 8 repetitions. Quality reps, guys, quality reps. You notice I'm keeping you moving, huh? That's kind of the point. We're going to get a lot of bang for our buck today. We're going to drop down and hit some dead bugs. So I absolutely love dead bugs. This is great for spinal stability. And the key to your dead bug is not to let the low back pop up. You should have no space between your low back and the mat. What you're going to do is you're laying on all four, or you're laying on your back. All of your limbs are up in the air. Now this is going to take all of your focus. I need just your right arm and your left leg to touch the ground. Don't let that low back pop up. Don't let that low back pop up. Back to center and switch. Opposite, opposite. The work comes in from basically not letting your low back pop up. It's going to want to bow up into an arched back, and you are resisting. So 8 repetitions. I'm on number 4 right here. Nice, guys. 2 more. 2. Let the arm and leg actually touch the ground. And 1. Nice. Now, you're going to hear me say a lot in here that, proximal stability leads to distal mobility. What that means is if we're strong in our core, the really deep stabilizer muscles in our core, then we're going to get more strength and mobility out of our limbs, okay? So we want the arm and leg to touch the ground fully as long as you can do that without your low back popping up. All right, coming up next, we have got side plank rotations. So what we're going to do here is we are going to get on a traditional high plank, or a modification could be a low plank, so on your elbows. I'm going to set up a high plank, And so 8 for 8 repetitions, we are going to switch from a high plank, we're going to switch to the sides of those feet. 1, own that guys, 1 Mississippi, back to your toes. 2, now I want you to rotate on a cylinder guys. Rotating on a cylinder means that your glutes and your rib cage roll together. Good. So you're rotating on a cylinder. The whole spine is rotating as one unit as you go through these 8 repetitions. Maintain your neck space, guys. Really reach for the ceiling. Hold each position for 1 Mississippi before you switch. Breathe, guys. You're doing well. While you're finishing that up, I'm going to be setting up our stationary bear crawls. So, stationary bear crawls, we're on all 4, but we are basically going to lift the knees just an inch. Now we are going to lift opposite hand, opposite foot. 1, own it. 2, own that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Harder than it looks. So if you're going to do this workout 3 times this week, or once today, wait a day, do it another day, could you add 2 repetitions? Today you do 8 repetitions. The next time you do it, do 10. The next time you do it, do 12. I love that idea. All right, guys, we are going to switch on to our reverse lunges on our seat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 foot back on your chair. Notice that my right foot is away from the chair, and I'm probably even going to have to hop it forward a little bit more. Now, those of you that are stability challenged, hold on to a broomstick here. I'm going to throw out my counterbalance arms for stability. So I'm going to sink down, back knee towards the ground, and I'm going to drive up and through. Now, if I were advanced here, what I would do is I would throw in my runner's arms. Runner's arms, drive up and through. Runner's arms, drive up and through. The back leg is getting a stretch, so mobility. The front leg is getting stability, and it's getting strength. So you're going to feel glute, you're going to feel quad. You're going to feel the left leg getting stretched on the hip flexor. Couple more repetitions and you're going to switch to your other side. Good, guys. All right, so switching to our other side. Other leg back. Expect to have a smart side and a dumb side, guys. If you're human, indeed, one side's going to feel pretty good, one side's going to feel like, not so sure. I'm going to start with my counterbalance arms, and I'm going to drop down this back knee, down towards the floor, drive through. Now to feel my glute, I'm going to drive through my heel, pushing up and finishing with my quad and finishing nice and tall. Back leg is getting a stretch on that quad and on that hip flexor. Push your whole foot through the floor. Stand up tall on that position. Quality reps, guys, quality reps. And guess what? That was round 1. So we're going to take about 60 seconds. I want you to get a water break. We're going to get to go through all of those exercises one more time. You know what to expect now. So now you're kind of ready for more work to come. You can see why I can't do all the exercises with you. It's a heavy breathing thing we got going on here. All right, so you got water, you got toweled off. We're going to go to our crossing balance lunge. This is where we are going to start off nice and tall. We're going to own our spinal stiffness here. So when I see people lunge, so many times you see all this wobbling going on. We really want to own this nose over belly button position all the way down to the pelvic floor. Just really stiff, really in a line. And then we are going to drop down to this, from our right heel, we're going to push. We're dropping down to the right foot. Crooked belt line to level belt line. That was 3 repetitions, guys. Give me 4. Load this glute. If you can't find it, feel free to put that hand there and then get your mind in your muscle, guys. Get your mind in your muscle. Push through that heel to a straight, strong belt line. Finishing up your 8 reps. And switch into our other foot. Yeah, you should be breathing, guys. You should be breathing heavy. All right, so your right foot is going to come back. I'm going to load this left hip to a straight belt line. I'm staying very stiff and rigid through my spine. Nice. Now my advanced crowd, I could give you a knee drive to add to that. Just in case you want a little bit more, you could add a big knee drive. Couple more repetitions and then we're going to find ourselves back on the floor for push-ups plus. Remember, it's a traditional push-up with an extra protraction at the end. Protraction is where we take our hands and our shoulders and we keep pushing them forward. So you're going to spread out your upper back and we're going to really push from the serratus muscle, which is right through here. Love this exercise, guys. I'm looking for full range of motion. That's why I do these on my knees. You can certainly do these on your feet. Setting up thumbs right on the outside of the armpits. Tighten up the space that would be where the belt buckle would be. Tighten it up. Push. And then plus. Inhale. Push. And then plus. Yes. Keep going, guys. That was 2. Inhale. Push. And then plus. That's 3. Belt buckle space is strong, guys. Inhale, push, and then plus. That's 4. This is where your belt buckle is. This space on you must be tight and strong, recruited, engaged. Push, and then plus. Push, and then plus. Finishing up these and moving on to our shoulder taps. Now, are you going to take the water bottle challenge? The water bottle challenge, all right, if I'm going to say it, I got to do it with you. Let me find my water bottle. All right, the water bottle challenge. The water bottle, and mine's pretty full. I'm going to put it right on the belt line. Okay, I'm going to have to cautiously get set up here. I'm going to lift cautiously, really owning that belt buckle position. Okay, this changes everything, guys. We're going for 8 repetitions. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't lose that bottle. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That changes everything. Nice, guys, nice. So from here, we're going to be hitting our chair dips. So going back to our chair. Remember, beginners, you're going to have bent knees. Advanced, you're going to have straight. I'm going to demonstrate with bent knees here. Elbows are pulling close back together, guys. So we're going to inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. The elbows are pointing to the back of you, the back room. You don't want them to flare out to the sides. Fully straighten through. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Work within your individual range of motion, and by all means, if you have shoulder pain during that, you need to abort mission and tap out, and we're going to go into the next exercise. Good. Can you do this safely and still straighten your legs? All right, from here, we're moving on to our pistol squats. So remember that your modification here is the traditional squat. Nose over toes, guys, nose over toes, not leaning back into it. Same concept on your pistol squat. We're going to go for 8 repetitions. We're going to put our counterbalance arms out in front. We're going to keep the nose over toes. 1, drive through, finish tall, guys, finish tall. 2, inhale, exhale, push. 3, from the full hip. Are you keeping your toes or your nose over your toes? 4, 5, push those counterbalance hands away. 6, 7, and 8. Whew. All right, shake that out. I'm going to switch over to my very dumb side. I'm going to start by having good posture here. Okay, I've got to keep that nose over that toes. 1. See, on this side, my knee wants to cave in. 2. So I got to fire that glute at the bottom. 3. What we don't want is that knee to cave in. That's what mine's wanting to do. So I'm having to fight from a stable foot and a stronger glute. Stable foot and a stronger glute will keep my knee from diving in. Also firing that VMO, that quad muscle right there above the knee. Couple more reps, finishing up your pistol squats. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Dead bugs are going to be next. Remember, with your dead bug, your mission, draw your belly button down to the floor. Do not let there be any space. I should not be able to slide a hand underneath your low back in between the mat. All limbs up in the air. And we're going to take the right hand down and the left foot down, opposite, opposite. Let them touch. 1, back to center. 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you holding that low back down? 6, 7, and 8. All right, good, guys. From here, side plank rotations. Now, as I said earlier, you can do this one on your elbows for sure. I'll demonstrate the high plank version. You are going to rotate to the sides of your feet when you're doing this. So I'm starting off on my toes. Boom, nose over fingertips. Rotate the feet and glutes at the same time. 1 Mississippi. On that, to the toes. Rotate the feet and the glutes. 1 Mississippi. That was 2 reps, guys. 3. Stay with me. 4. Or your nose over your fingertips. 5. Home stretch. 6. 7. 8. And breathe. Got that sweat going, guys. How about you? All right, from here, we're going to hit our stationary bear crawls. So, stationary bear crawls. We're in quadruped position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to lift those knees 1 inch. Now, opposite, opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Harder than it looks, eh? All right, guys, finishing up. We've got our reverse lunges on our chair. Now, again, if you're stability challenged, hold on to a broomstick on this one, guys. So, my front foot, my right foot is ahead, my left foot is resting back. I'm going to take out my balance hands for more of a beginner position to help me find my core. I'm going to sink down and drive through. 1. Sink down, drive through. 2. Sink down, stretch, drive through, strengthen. 3. Sinking down, stretch, drive through, strengthen. 4. Good. Can you go a little deeper? 5. Can you finish a little taller? 6. Can you go a little lower? 7. And last one, guys. 8 repetitions. Switching over to our other side. So we're going to get that other foot back. Again, what are my advanced athletes doing? They're adding their runner's arms here, contralateral runner's arms. And we're going to set it up. 1, the foot where it's comfortable. 2, push that whole foot through the ground to stand, guys. 3, inhale, exhale. 4, could we go a little deeper now? 5, could you be stronger in your front foot? 6, could you feel it? Finish taller on this one. 7, last one, could you use runner's arms? 8, and nice, guys. High fives. All we've got left to do is cool down. We're going to catch our breath and get a little bit mobile here. We're going to do a runner's lunge with rotation, just kind of very mindfully. As you're slowing your breathing pattern, we're just going to make sure that we've got some muscle length and we improve our joint space. So a runner's lunge with rotation is we're going to lunge forward, both hands on the floor. We're going to take the right hand back. We're going to look at it. Hands to floor, high plank. Left foot to left hand. We're going to reach. We're going to look at it. 2 more, guys. Right foot to right hand. Rotate, look at it. Plank. Left foot to left hand. Rotate, look at it. 1 more round, guys. Make sure you're breathing, guys. And nice. All right, so from here, we're going to stand and hit some Statue of Liberties. Always blend in stability. So for Statue of Liberty, we're going to set our left short foot into the ground. We're going to grab the right foot. And we're going to arm that Statue of Liberty, guys, stretching out the hip flexor quad and all through the lat. Switch. Everything starts at your foot, guys. You've got to plant the foot. It's got to be gripping. Short foot, reach. Could you get that elbow straighter? Good. 1 more on each side. Everything starts at that left foot. The toes are spreading. The arch is lifting. Grabbing that opposite foot. Reach. Other side. Foot starts everything. Grab that foot. Reach. And last but not least, a chest stretch. So I want you to take your palms on your hips. I want you to tuck your chin back. And I want you to pull your elbows together, lifting your chest. Get as tall as possible, guys. Get as tall as possible. Breathe. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, pull your elbows together. Squeeze your elbows, squeeze your elbows, squeeze your elbows. Push your hands to your hips. And relax. Wow, guys, you should feel really good right now. Let me know what you think. I'll keep them coming.